unlikely but most constant companion throughout this COVID experience I'm having has been my phone. It's by my side, wrapped in plastic and sealed in the cellophane bags that usually we use to put little vials of blood on the way from the ward to the lab for testing. It's been my companion throughout, not offering any advice or comfort, just witnessing. My phone has seen and heard things that it never has before. My phone has been placed next to an old lady's ear on her pillowcase as she drifts into unconsciousness, still breathing with shallow, irregular gasps. Hopes and promises to her daughter that her mum will be able to hear her final words of love, even though she can't be there herself to say them. Its camera has FaceTimed the lovely man in room 10, with his elderly wife and grown-up children, all gathered in their living room, faces filling the small pocket-sized screen. They're thanking him for being such a wonderful dad and granddad. They're telling him that they love him and that he can sleep now. On my phone are weekly pictures of property bags of the dead, piled up in the storeroom waiting to be collected by the porters. They're my own death figures, captured weekly in a macabre picture. Each bag representing a person that I cared for, my handwriting in their notes documenting my attempts to save them and eventually to keep them comfortable when alive, to be followed by my handwriting on certificates after their death. The phone's torch light has proved useful for confirming deaths in the absence of pen torches on the ward, pupils fixed and dilated. The faces of my beautiful, smiling children in the forefront of my view on the phone screen, merged with the torchlight reflecting in the dead man's eyes before me in real life. A visceral reminder of a separate world that I've inhabited over these weeks, associated with a pang of guilt that in that moment I've somehow exposed my babies to this world that I should be protecting them from. My phone's home screen that once proudly championed the beaming smiles and silliness of my young son's faces is now a generic photograph that was previously stored in its factory settings. The final role my phone has played during the COVID pandemic has been when I'm laying in bed at night, unable to sleep or waking from vivid dreams. My phone distracts me, trailing through social media mindlessly. I try my best to avoid any news. I don't want to be consumed with any bigger picture for fear of being overwhelmed. I'm content and able to cope with my micro-level involvement with this pandemic, with my phone beside me that's allowed me to stay connected and also to disconnect. It's been my lifeline, and without it, I think we would have all been lost.